Hi.
Hey Joe, Paul Smith with American Income Life Insurance
Hi, Paul.
Company. Spoke to you about your benefits through the Teamsters.
Yes.
Yeah, is Mary here?
She is.
Okay, great. I have your benefit package here.
Okay.
They have me using my laptop to save some time and for quality control. So could we sit at a kitchen table near an outlet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Alright. Do you guys mind if I give you the short version?
Sounds great.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, hi Mary, I'm Paul. Good
Nice
to meet you.
you.
Alright, by the way, did you guys make it to the meeting where they talked about the program?
No, I didn't.
Okay, great. Well, that's why they have me out here. So first off, let me just tell you exactly why I'm here and what I'm going to do.
Okay.
My job is just to go over the no-cost benefits that have already been set up for you and also review some options you might qualify for. I just need you to listen, ask any questions that you might have, because they only let me stop out once during your service period.
Sounds good.
Now, do you remember this letter that you got here from the Teamsters?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that letter, you returned this card when you received that.
Mm-hmm.
And in the letter, when you returned the card, it said that you'd be contacted by someone. That's me.
Okay.
And in today's world, there isn't much personal service anymore, but the Teamsters thought this was so important that we would come out personally to handle this for you. Sorry it's taken us so long to come out, but not only did the Teamsters think this was so important, but over 20,000 unions and other groups did as well.
Wow.
So let me go ahead and get this set up for you. Hey, while I get this set up, let me just ask you a few questions. How long have you been with the Teamsters for?
Almost 10 years now.
10 years, okay. So what do you do for them?
I actually drive truck for Budweiser.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool job.
Yes, it is.
All right. So have you always worked for Budweiser right here in the area, or travel around a lot?
I've always been local.
Local. Okay. So a lot of family in the area.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's pretty close by.
Okay. Awesome. So brothers and sisters, or?
Yeah, I've got actually 2 brothers and a younger sister.
Okay. What about for you, Mary?
Yeah, I actually have a brother and a sister also.
Okay.
So one of each.
What do they do for work?
My brother is actually a firefighter.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
And my sister is a nurse.
Wow. We actually work with all the firefighters and the nurses, so I don't know if they
really?
probably already have these benefits. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. All right, so we'll jump right into this here for you guys. The first benefit that we have is the first no-cost benefit is the health services discount card. Let me ask you, how is your group insurance?
It seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good? Okay. Well, this is going to be huge for you. As you know, your group benefits can't cover everything. So with this discount card, it's going to get you up to a 60% discount on vision care, prescription drugs, hearing aids, and chiropractic services.
Okay.
This helps to fill in the gaps, but it does not take the place of any other benefits that you may have.
Perfect.
This brochure has all the enrollment information, including a toll-free number, and also a website you can go to
Uh-huh.
that will answer any of your questions.
Great.
So I'll leave this here for you, and you can check it out after I leave.
Okay.
Perfect.
The next no-cost benefit that we have for you is your Child Safe ID kit. I'm sure you know families with children, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one of those missing child reports or Amber Alert notifications?
Yeah, too many times.
Yeah. Can you imagine what those parents are going through?
Can't imagine.
Well, every 30 seconds a child is abducted in this country, and it's scary to think that 93% of the children not found in the first 24 hours, they're never found.
Right.
So this Child Safe kit provided by American Income is one of the most comprehensive kits on the market. It gives the police everything they need to fill out a missing child report.
Okay.
And I actually have one of those for each of your children.
Great.
All right. Now here is the accidental death and dismemberment benefit that your letter talked about. And they actually want me to play you this video to explain how this works.
We see the headlines every day. Drunk driver kills wife and mother. Accidental shooting proves fatal. We recommend you keep this in a safe place with your other important papers so that it may be found easily in an emergency.
All right, so Joe, this is a living benefit that's going to pay you $2,000 for the loss of one hand, one foot, or sight in one eye, or double that amount, $4,000 for the loss of any two.
Okay.
Mary, for you, this is a death benefit that would pay you $4,000 should Joe die accidentally. Now, we know that $4,000 doesn't seem like all the money in the world. Quite frankly, it's not. But if Joe died, his paycheck would die with him. I'd imagine that would put a crunch in the budget, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you can see how this would definitely help.
Absolutely.
So Mary, we're going to go ahead and have you sign right down here, just acknowledging the benefit and that you're the beneficiary. And then Joe, we're going to go ahead and have you sign right there,
Okay.
acknowledging the benefit and that Mary is the beneficiary.
Okay.
Perfect. Now, when something happens to you, you're going to need our local office number, so go ahead and grab your cell phone or address book and let's get that in there for you.
Okay. Got it.
All right, so the number is 800
Uh-huh.
686
Okay.
0042.
042. Okay.
Okay, and while you have that out, I'm also, one more thing is I need to get 2 emergency contacts from you in case you were to pass away together in a common accident.
Okay.
It would be wise if they were over the age of 18 and local. So who do you want your first emergency contact to be?
Let's go ahead and do my parents.
Your parents?
Yeah.
What are their names?
Thomas.
Is that Smith?
Yes.
Okay. And your mother's name?
Susan.
Susan. And what's a good number for them?
Let's see, 740-627-4369.
And what city is that?
They're in Columbus.
Columbus?
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, who's your second emergency contact?
Let's go ahead and do let's do my oldest brother.
Okay.
His name is Todd.
Todd.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And a phone number for him?
740-627-4393.
Uh-huh. And what city is Todd in?
He's in Columbus as well.
Columbus.
Mhm.
Is Todd married?
He's not.
He's not. Single. Okay, now Joe, this policy is just on you, but part 2 of this benefit is you can actually sponsor this out to close family members and friends.
Okay.
And they want me to play you this part of the video to explain that a little bit better as well.
I'm sure you know other families or individuals that could benefit from a no-cost accident.
So how this works for you is, let's say that Thomas, your father, were to pass away in a car accident next year. Because you have access to this, a $2,000 policy would pay out directly to Susan if he were to die.
Okay.
Now this is at no extra cost to you or to Thomas, but it is important that you take advantage of this because I don't know how much longer they're going to allow you to extend it. Oh, and by the way, anyone that you sponsor this out to will also receive the health services discount card and also child safe kits as well.
Okay.
Now, as long as you're okay with it, the first 2 benefit packages would go directly to your emergency contacts because they're probably the closest to you. Now, you also mentioned, so let's make sure they're included. Now, you also mentioned that you had a few other brothers and sisters for you guys, so let's go ahead and get them in. Who's the oldest for you, Mary? Let's start with yours.
That would be my brother.
Your brother, what's his
Yeah,
name?
James.
James, okay.
Mhm.
Last name?
Roberts.
Roberts. Okay. Very good. Phone number for him?
614
Okay.
982
Mm-hmm.
1556.
Okay. Is he married?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Very good. And what city?
Columbus.
Okay, Columbus. Very good. What's the wife's name? I'm sorry.
Cindy.
Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the best time for a phone call would be when?
Probably in the evening.
The evening time?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, who's next?
That's probably it for me. You had a.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and do. Let me do my other brother,
Okay.
Brian.
Brian? Okay. All right. And how do you spell that?
BRYAN.
Okay. Very good. Last name is Smith?
Smith.
Smith. Okay. Very good. Is he married?
He is.
Wife's name?
Cindy.
Cindy. Okay. Phone number?
740-624-5396.
Very good. What city?
Columbus.
Columbus. And the best time for a phone call? Morning, afternoon, evening?
Probably evening after 6.
Evening after 6. Perfect. Okay. All right. Who's next?
I think that's probably it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's it?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Now, please make sure that you give these people that you sponsored here today a call. It's important that you let them know that I'm going to be giving them a call to deliver the benefits just like I'm doing with you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Now, before I go any further, here is your mandatory read-off letter. It explains the enrollment process. Now, instead of reading this whole thing out loud, let me just summarize the key areas for you.
Okay.
What it's basically saying is that if, as I'm going through these benefits, you're not in your head thinking, wow, these are some great benefits, I can see why the Teamsters set them up for me and why everyone's doing it, They ask you to apply while I'm out here today. On the flip side, if as I'm going through these benefits and you're thinking, you know, these really are some great benefits, but they just don't fill a need for me and my family right now, I'm actually going to ask you not to apply. Either way, yes or no, the decision needs to be made today during your service period, in fairness to all the other members that are waiting to enroll. The good part about it is it's pretty much a no-brainer. You'll know at the end one way or the other.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes
Okay.
sense.
Whatever you do, the Teamsters do want your opinion on this officer report form, which is sort of like my report card. So it is important that you stop me, ask any questions that you might have, okay?
Okay.
Joe, do you promise to stop me and ask any questions?
I do.
Mary, you too?
Yes.
All right, great. All right, now these benefits are by far the most important and most popular with all the members. Unfortunately, you do have to qualify for them. So let me just ask you a few questions to see where you're at.
Okay.
First, do you guys take any medications on a daily basis?
Now.
No.
Nothing? Okay. How's your background? Any probation or parole?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet? Ever been charged or convicted of any crimes?
No.
No.
Okay. How about any DUIs?
No.
No.
All right. So far, so good. All right. Now you guys know over the years you go through contract negotiations and benefit changes. It's give and take. Lately, it seems like we've been paying a lot more, getting a lot less. It's one of the main reasons the Teamsters have us out here.
Okay.
So with input from the Labor Advisory Board, the other groups, and from members like yourself, they came up with a list of concerns for working families.
Okay.
Now guys, these were by far the biggest concerns out there. The first one deals with funeral and final expenses. Many families don't have $14,000 laying around for final expenses. The funeral homes usually want to be paid right away. The second is paycheck loss. When a member dies, their paycheck usually dies with them. Like we said before, that can make things difficult.
Right.
The third one is mortgage. Families may lose their home after the sudden death of a breadwinner. It's a big one. The next one deals with your children's protection. Benefits provided through your job are typically not permanent for your children, and that can create a risk. And secondly, an unexpected death could jeopardize future educational opportunities for your children as well. The next concern deals with co-pays, deductibles, and lost wages. Your health insurance is pretty good, like we talked about. It's going to pay the doctors, but nobody's paying you for lost wages or time off work if you're laid up in the hospital. Losses in pension and retirement accounts. Unexpected situations can create dramatic pension reductions for you. The next concern deals with terminal illnesses, especially cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, men have a 1 in 2 lifetime chance of developing or dying from cancer, and for women, it's 1 in 3. Also, medically speaking, it's the leading cause of bankruptcy right now in the United States. It's cancer.
Wow.
The last concern is affordability. The cost of taking care of all these concerns on the open market is typically not affordable for most of our members, and waiting could increase the cost even more, or potentially they may not even qualify to get it due to changes in their health. Okay? Now, these concerns may or may not be an issue for you, but the most important no-cost benefit that was arranged for our members is this needs analysis software. It's going to identify whether or not there's any gaps in your current coverage. If there's no need, it won't make a recommendation for that concern, and if there is a need, I'll review that recommendation with you.
Okay.
Okay? So just to determine this, I just got to ask you a couple questions. Joe, we have your date of birth here on file as April 4th, 1975. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And Mary, what is your date of birth?
It's July 2nd,
Okay.
1976.
Okay, very good. And your oldest child's name is what?
That would be Joshua.
Joshua Smith.
Yes.
You never know. And what's the date of birth for Joshua?
January 3rd,
Okay.
2006.
All right. And then who is the youngest?
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Can you spell that for me?
Yes. CAITLYN.
Got it. Okay. All right. And her date of birth?
Is July 4th, 2007.
2007. A year apart, huh? Okay. Pretty close together.
Pretty close,
All
yeah.
right. And Joe, what is your current monthly take-home pay?
After taxes, about $2,800.
$2,800.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And Mary, what about for you?
Nothing currently.
Okay, gotcha. And do you guys have any life insurance currently?
I have 20,000 through work.
20,000 through work.
Mhm.
Anything outside of work?
No.
No,
Okay. And nothing for you, Mary?
no.
Okay. Do you rent or own your home here?
We own
What is the mortgage balance?
about 100,000.
And how many years are left?
Just about 30 left.
30? Just got it? All right. And do you plan for your children to go to college?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And how much have you guys saved up for your children's college education?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Don't feel bad. Me neither. I've got a few kids myself. All right. And then again, health-wise, good for the most part. Have you used any form of tobacco in the last 12 months? Either one of you?
No.
No tobacco. All right. All right, so the first benefit that the benefit software found has to do with the cost of funeral and final expenses. At some point, your family is going to have to deal with this concern. This video will help you understand the need for this benefit.
The thought of dying or losing a loved one is never an easy topic. Most people prefer to avoid talking about it altogether.
Okay, so the benefit software is recommending that you have $15,000 for this need. Currently you have 0, so it's recommending that you have $15,000. Now the freedom of choice has been set up to take care of this burden for your family. Now don't take this certificate into the funeral home and tell them that it's worth $15,000, because if you do that, guess how much your funeral is going to be?
Probably 15,000.
Exactly. Instead, you go in and negotiate your best deal, because the money that's left over is going to go directly to Mary for other vital expenses.
Okay.
Okay? Now, they are using Whole Life to handle this concern. That way, it's there when your family needs it.
Perfect.
Can you both see how this would make things much easier for your family at that time in their lives?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. I can take those and stack them up right here on the side for you. Now, if you had to go a few weeks without your paycheck, would that be pretty tough?
Definitely.
Yeah.
How about if you lost your income for a month?
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
What if you lost your income forever?
Really hard.
Really hard. That's exactly why the benefit software is recommending, chose to include income protection. So right now, the benefit software is recommending that you have $100,000 for this concern. As you can see, you currently have $20,000, so it's recommending that you have $80,000 more.
Okay.
All right. So Mary, this would give you and the children 3 years worth of income, which would give you the time that you need to spend time with your kids, figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, and your other insurance money. Now, since this is funded by a 10-year protection program, it needs to be reviewed and renewed every 10 years based upon your new needs.
Okay.
Joe, Mary, can you both see why the benefit software chose to include income protection?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Very good. Okay. Besides their income, the next thing that families wanted to have secured is their home. That's exactly why the benefit software is recommending mortgage protection. So right now the benefit software is recommending to give $100,000 of coverage. You currently have 0, so it's recommending that you have $100,000. Now if you were to die during your working years, Joe, it would probably be due to an accident. So this is going to be funded by an accidental death benefit.
Okay.
Okay. Mary, wouldn't it give you peace of mind to know that you and the children wouldn't have to worry about making another house payment if Joe died?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. All right. The next concern that the benefit software found has to do with protecting your children's future education. Now, this next video is eye-opening.
As parents, you hope to see your children go to college. You know the difference a college degree could make in your children's future earning potential. But if you died, and your income was no longer there to help your children with their future education, how would they afford to go to college? An accident can happen to anyone, at any time, and in any place. No matter what your age or circumstances, you or a family member could be a victim. It is also troubling how frequently an accident takes the life of someone. Protect your child's education in the event of your accidental death. Your unexpected death could mean your children won't be able to...
Okay. So they are recommending $100,000 of coverage for this. You currently have 0, so it's recommending that you have $100,000 or $50,000 for each of your children.
Okay.
Since you are young and healthy, if you were to die during your working years, it would likely be due to an accident. So they are funding this through an accidental death benefit as well.
Okay.
Okay. Can you both see how this video explained how protecting your children's education is so important?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Now, also included is a special $10,000 life insurance plan for all of your children, age 18 and younger. When they are 21, they can convert this up to 5 times that amount, or $50,000 of permanent life insurance without answering any health questions. Your children will thank you for having the foresight for getting this set up for them. Right, the next benefit helps to take care of some income concerns should you get in an accident or get injured. And they do want me to play you this video to help explain how that works.
An accident can happen to anyone, at any time, and in any place. No matter what your age or circumstances, you or a family member could be a victim.
Okay, so to recap, if you go into the hospital for a bump, bruise, bee sting, any type of accident or injury, it's going to pay you $100. If you're ever overnight in the hospital, they're going to double that or pay you out $200,
Okay.
or double that again for intensive care, or $400 per day.
Okay.
Okay? Can you both see how that would help you guys out with some income concerns if anything happens to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Now, I do want to highlight as well that if you were to die during your working years, it would likely be due to an accident. Financially, that would catch your family off guard and stop your pension or your Social Security accumulation. So with this benefit, you're actually going to receive an additional $20,000 to $100,000 immediately, depending on the type of accident.
Okay.
Now, this is set up on both of you, that way you're both protected.
Perfect.
Can you see how having that money would help out for those concerns?
Sure can.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Another important feature of this program is that if you get diagnosed with a terminal illness like cancer, you can access up to half of your freedom of choice and your income protection benefit while you're alive. This gives you the chance to take care of your bills and to put your family in the best spot financially after you pass away.
Okay.
Or what a lot of our families do is they use that money to make their last moments with their loved ones the most memorable. The remainder of the money would pay out to your family upon your death. Okay?
Okay.
Now, one more thing is, unlike your group benefits, which you can lose, these are yours. Like I said before, even if you retire, quit, or leave the union, you keep these. They also come with a strike and layoff waiver. If you're on a qualified layoff, they're going to cover the benefits up for 3 months. If you're on a qualified strike, they're going to cover you for up to 12 months.
Okay.
That way, your family doesn't lose the benefits when you need them the most, and you never have to pay that back.
Oh, wow.
All right? Now, let me review everything here with you, but before I do, let's imagine your boss comes up to you tomorrow and says, hey, work's been going really well. Because of that, we're going to give you 41 hours instead of 40 hours. Now, with that extra hour, are you going to go buy your dream car or take a dream vacation?
Probably not.
No.
Of course not. Now, on the flip side, let's say your boss comes up to you and says, work's been going a little slow, but instead of laying people off, we're just going to send everybody home 1 hour early on Friday. Now, with that 1 hour, are you going to have to cancel cable, cancel dentist appointments, or sell your house?
No.
Of course not. The idea here is that 1 hour, either gained or lost, is never going to make that big of a difference to your family. But not having these concerns for your family taken care of certainly would. So let's imagine at your current job, you guys are making about $1,050 a week. We'll call that job A, with all your normal group benefits. But then a new job opens up and you're making $1,020 a week. We'll call that job B, with the same group benefits, which is about 1 hour's wage difference. Basically, the idea is taking that first hour Monday morning and setting it aside for your family to protect the other 39. Who likes that first hour anyway? And with that 1 hour, all of your gaps will be covered. You're both going to have money to set aside for your funeral and your final expenses. With your current job, you don't have that. You're also going to have money coming in for 3 years for you if anything happens to Joe. With your current job, you don't have that. Money will be coming in to pay off the house if anything happens. With your current job, You don't have that. The kids will be taken care of as far as college goes, and even an initial life insurance plan will be set up for them. With your current job, you don't have that. Money will be coming in if either one of you get in an accident or get injured. With your current job, you don't have that. And you'll have access to thousands of dollars upon the diagnosis of any terminal illness for both of you. With your current job, you don't have that. If you were given a choice between job A and job B, which would you choose?
I choose job B,
Job B. Now, why would you do that when you're making more money over here?
just because of all the benefits.
Me too. It's a no-brainer. That's what everybody says. Now, what we've just gone over is what the benefit software is recommending as the basic plan to handle your concerns. One recommendation it's making, one suggestion, is to add an inflation option, which would double your final expenses to $30,000. That just helps with some future increases due to inflation, or just gives you some other money for unexpected final expenses down the road. So do you want to start with the basic program at 1 hour a week, or would you like to do a little bit more for your family and set aside an extra $6 a week to double your funeral and your final expense, and start with the inflation option?
I think we should go ahead and start with the inflation.
Start with the inflation option?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, like I said before, you do have to qualify for this, so I do need to ask you some health questions to see where you're at.
Okay.
First one, ever been treated for any alcohol treatment at all?
No.
Mm-mm.